Well, unfortunately, I think the housing market's a little bit worse than most people realize because when you look at data like Case Shiller, that tends to be a paired sale methodology, which means Case Shiller looks at homes that sold in the period, say last month, and then it looks back at when the last time those homes sold 3, 5, 10 years ago, and it calculates the delta. But if you look at the median value of all homes in a geography, that's actually declining in many parts of the country. So housing is very weak. That's to be expected. The Fed wants this when they raised rates or when mortgage rates went from 3% up to the mid sixes on their way to the mid sevens. This is what you'd expect would happen. And it is absolutely happening. So housing is slowing rapidly.
You've it from the horse's mouth, Spencer Rascoff, former CEO and co-founder of Zillow. There is no doubt that the housing market is in a bubble. Prices have been rising steadily for years, and now they are starting to fall. That is why Rascoff thinks that the housing market condition is a bit worse than people think during a live news conversation with TechCheck. Spencer analyzed this scenario using the Case Shiller Data to explain how the prices of houses previous months ago to the ones sold 3 to 10 years ago differed. He explained that these comparisons have shown that many house prices across different parts of the country have declined. A recent post by the New York Times stated that the housing market would experience a further reduction in price as mortgage rates hit 7%. This is bad news for homeowners and anyone thinking of buying a home. The housing market is in a downward spiral, and it is only a matter of time before the bubble bursts. Welcome to Savvy Economists. In this video, we will discuss the U.S. housing market condition and Spencer Rascoff points of view on the current housing state. Don't forget to please watch, like, and share this video if you enjoy it. Also, leave your comments and thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more related content similar to this. The housing market is the most volatile in the United States and is affecting the economy. An August post by Yahoo Money showed a statement Glenn Kelman, CEO at Redfin, told Yahoo Finance during a live conversation. Glenn stated that housing has always been a stable asset class for years, but has now become highly volatile recently. With consumer spending on consumption decreasing, it is easy to see how detrimental this is to other markets. According to a June post by Bloomberg, U.S. consumer spending hardly rose in June after a fallout in previous months. A recent September post by Fortune also revealed that over 210 U.S. housing markets are currently at risk of a 15% to 20% home price decline. The current fall in the U.S. housing market seems to be slowly getting out of hand, and something needs to be done to avert a bubble burst. A post from Bloomberg showed that Seattle, a Western American city, is experiencing a faster slowing housing market prices than any other city in the country. The post also cited that cities like Las Vegas, Sacramento, San Diego, and San Jose are also experiencing house price decline and a drop in volume. One of the factors that have caused a housing market fall in the United States is its increasing economic weakness. It is no secret that the economy has been slowing down in recent years, most especially after the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. This has directly impacted the housing market as fewer people are buying and selling homes. An August post by the U.S. News revealed that the Conference Board has warned that the increasing weakness the United States economy is facing could result in a recession by the end of the year. The post also revealed that Ataman Ozyildirim, the Senior Director, Economics at the Conference Board, stated that a slowing labor market, manufacturing new orders, and housing construction would only make the economy experience a further deterioration. There are a number of factors that have contributed to the slowdown in the economy. First, there has been a decrease in consumer spending, which we discussed earlier. This is primarily due to a wage reduction and an increase in inflation. As a result, people have less money to spend on big-ticket items like homes. Second, there has been an increase in interest rates. This has made it more expensive for people to borrow money to buy a home. During Spencer Rascoff's live meeting with TechCheck, he stated that the housing market's weakness should be expected due to the Fed bent on raising rates. He then stated that anyone who had bought their house 3 to 10 years ago would have difficulty listing the home for sale and seeing a buyer. A September post by Bankrate stated that housing prices are highly influenced by current mortgage interest rates. The post also stated that as rates rise, it deprives people of affording to buy more expensive homes, which leads to low demand and price reduction. An August post by Yahoo Money also stated that fears of recession and inflation have also been a key factor that began to cool down a once red-hot housing market. Third, there has been a decrease in foreign investment. This is due to the fact that many countries are also experiencing economic problems of their own. All of these factors have led to a housing market that is worse than expected. Prices are now falling in many parts of the country, and foreclosures are on the rise. It is only a matter of time before the bubble bursts and the housing market experiences a crash similar to what happened in 2008. One other root cause of the housing market problem is underemployment and overspending. When people are underemployed, they have less money to spend. This leads to less demand for housing, which causes prices to fall. At the same time, those who are employed are often overspending. This means they're taking on more debt than they can afford, which makes them more likely to default on their mortgage. Also, more people are opting to rent instead of buy. As renting becomes more popular, demand for rental properties is increasing while demand for homes is decreasing. This means that there are more houses on the market than there are buyers, which drives prices down even further. Overleveraging is another big problem. This happens when people borrow too much money relative to their income. This makes it difficult to make mortgage payments if there's a sudden drop in income or an unexpected expense. Also, there's still a large number of foreclosures happening. This puts downward pressure on prices as these properties sell for much less than non-foreclosed homes. All of these factors are coming together to create a perfect storm that will cause the housing market to crash. The only question is when it will happen. As the housing market continues to teeter on the edge of collapse, it's millennials who will be feeling the pain the most. That's because this generation is saddled with the most debt and the least amount of savings, so they'll be hit hardest when the housing bubble finally bursts. What's more, millennials are also less likely to own homes than any other generation. So while baby boomers and other older Americans may be able to weather a housing market crash by selling their homes and downgrading to something more affordable, millennials will likely end up renting for the long haul. And that's not all. Millennials are also more likely to have student loans, another burden that they'll have to contend with as they try to make ends meet in a struggling economy. So when the housing market bubble finally pops, it's going to be millennials who suffer the most. And that's something we should all be worried about. The U.S. housing market is in a period of flux, and prices are falling in many areas. If you're thinking of buying a home, there are a few things you can do to stay safe and protect your investment. First, be sure to work with a reputable real estate agent. They will have your best interests at heart and can help you navigate the market. Second, don't rush into anything. Take your time to find the right property, and don't be afraid to walk away from a bad deal. Third, be realistic about your budget. Don't overstretch yourself financially just to get into the market. Prices may continue to fall, and you don't want to be stuck with a property you can't afford. Fourth, be prepared to negotiate. With prices falling, there is more room for negotiation, so don't be afraid to ask for a lower price. By following these tips, you can stay safe and take advantage of the current market conditions to find a great deal on a new home. So what does all this mean for you? If you are thinking of buying a home, you should wait. Prices are going to continue to fall, and you will be able to get a better deal. If you are a homeowner, you should be prepared for your home to lose value. The housing market is in for a rough ride, and it is going to take a while for it to recover. That's all for today, guys. What do you think about Spencer Rascoff's statement? Feel free to let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Watch out for our next mind-blowing video.